Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Art with Mr. Malik. I'm your host, Mr. Malik. You guessed it. Welcome back. So, on today's episode, we are going to be doing what I call some spring flowers. It is springtime in the Northeast here, and I want to show you some watercolor flower techniques that you can do just to kind of brighten up your spring while you're waiting for the flowers to pop out. So, let's check it out. Come on down. So this is just my quick little example I have here. Just as a quick go over the supplies, I just have a piece of paper, my water cup, my paper towel, my paint, my brush, and I also have some painter's tape that I'm going to use to outline my picture. I already have the strips kind of pulled out, so we can kind of just jump right into taping this down. Painter's tape works really well because when you pull it up after you finish using it, it won't rip your paper. So that's always a good thing to just have on hand. That way you can always reuse it as well, right? I use this piece in the last image, now I can use this on this image. So I'm gonna just tape my edges down. And again, this creates a framework. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but you do want to, for me, I want to give myself a little frame to paint in. Here we have it. So I have my framework here, my tape frame, so everything I paint will be in the center of my picture. And I'm just going to freehand it here using my guide. You can do whatever flowers you want to do. I'm just going to do some quick, simple flowers just as an example. I always start off with the middle of the flower. I forget the name of what that's called, but the middle of the flower, just to as a starting point, clean my brush, and then I can come back in here and start adding some more petals if I want, as many or as little as I want. And again, it depends on the type of flower you're making. But this can be very fun because it's so many different types of flowers out there, so you really can choose which ones you think will make you happy, or if you want to give it away as a gift, maybe create some flowers for somebody else. I'm going to switch colors here to kind of come on this side now into my little purple. Voila. And my last one, I'm going to do a different type of purple. And as you can see, there's really no wrong way of doing this. It's really just creating it however way it works for you. Voila. The next thing I'm going to do is now come in here and add some stems. Look at that. Some stems along with just some grass maybe growing up in this area as well. You can kind of fill this in with some random strokes just to make it look like there's some grass and bushes and weeds growing. It's that time of year. Right? Something like that. Next, the last thing I want to do is come in here and I want to paint my sky. So I'm going to come in here with my blue and I'm going to water it down because I don't want it to be too dark. So I'm going to have more water than I have paint. And I'm just going to paint around what I've already painted. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just really want an indication of some sky and some blueness. And notice I just have one paintbrush also, so I didn't even have to change it out to get this effect. And voila. The last thing I want to do is what I call a dripping effect. And check out what I do here. I get my paintbrush, fill it up with water, and paint. I get another pencil or anything else that's kind of hard, and watch what I do here. After that, I can do some splatters right on top of that. That just adds a different effect. I don't know if you can see the details of that at home, but that just adds a cool little effect as well. Now, I advise you to kind of let this dry a little bit, and then once you do let it dry, you can then remove the tape. But just for viewer purposes, I'm going to remove the tape right now so that you guys can see how this kind of really pulls together once you do remove the tape. Right? And now you have a framed piece of art that you can do whatever you want with. Right? Really cool. So let's check this out. Look what we did here today. So again, I hope you had a fun time enjoying this little art exercise. I encourage you to do the same thing for yourself and see what you can come up with. Spring has sprung, and the flowers are about to pop out if they haven't already for some of them. And they make good painting subjects, and they're very calming and peaceful at the same time. So I encourage you to get out there into the nice weather, into the grass, into the bushes, and check out the nature and see what you can find to paint. And by all means, share it with Mr. Malik, and I'll let you know what I think. So until next time, thanks for stopping by.